Holmes.
Thank you, Mrs. Hudson. Doctor. This is my friend and colleague, Dr. Watson. Pray, resume your seat and tell me how I may serve you. Lay everything before us which may help us form an opinion upon this matter. Please continue. Be precise as to details. I am all attention. Pray continue. Can you describe this man?
Then furnish me with the facts, and I will see how I can help you.
You mentioned your name just now as if I should recognize it, but I can assure you, beyond the obvious facts, that you are a bachelor, a solicitor, and a Freemason, and an asthmatic. I know nothing about you whatever. But suffice it to say that I know as little about Mr. Jabez Wilson as you do yourself, beyond the obvious facts. That he has done manual labor at some time, that he takes snuff, that he has been to China, and that he has done a considerable amount of writing.
Holmes, I trust I am not more dense than my neighbors, and yet here I have seen what you have seen, heard what you have heard, and yet you have seen clearly not only what had happened, but what was about to happen, while to me the whole business was still confused and grotesque.
You evidently saw more in those rooms than was visible to me, Holmes.
But I probably deduced a little more.
Post-restaurant, Diogenes Club, and the Irregulars. You know my methods. You know my method. It is founded upon the observance of trifles. You know my methods. What do you yourself gather as to the individuality of the man who has worn this particular article?
Well, I'm using your methods, Holmes, seeing whether the ground has been disturbed.
And what have you come up with?
Your footprints, I believe.
Well, I have no data yet. It is a capital mistake to theorize before one has data. But it is a capital mistake to theorize in advance of the facts.
Please, let us get down to the facts.
The facts are briefly these.
Please. Tell me the facts. You will not follow my precept. How often have I said to you that once you have eliminated the impossible, whatever remains, however improbable, must be the truth? Watson, you disappoint me. I'd never guess.
You're like a surgeon who wants every symptom before he can give a diagnosis. What is it you want?
The truth.
What do you want me to do?
To tell me the truth.
My advice to you is to speak the truth. The truth is more important. Well, Watson, we have a little time. Let's make the most of it.
Oh, this is an insoluble mystery to me. It grows darker instead of clearer.
No. It clears every instant. I only required a few missing links to have an entirely connected case. No secret doors. The windows quite 30 feet above the ground, fastened on the inner side. Miss Thorne. Not an English Thorne. If only I'd been here before they came, like a herd of buffalo, and wallowed all over it. Here comes Blondin. I'm coming down.
You got your men?
Man, Watson. Man.
So what can we do?
We could run.
What was that?
Scratches. Nothing.
You don't look well, Holmes. I hear you had a visitor this morning.
Ow! A gentleman uses the straight. Was, and we have fallen upon bad times.
Dear fellow.
Stand back! Please stand right back!
You're unemployed, you have no case to solve. Now, normally that produces black moods and the infernal lethargy of the cocaine bottle.
Life is commonplace. From the point of view of the criminal expert, London has become a singularly uninteresting city. Well, one must not be selfish. The community is the gainer and no one the loser, save the poor unfortunate specialist whose occupation was gone. Days of the great cases are past. The London criminal is certainly a dull fellow.
I've told you what you should be doing is eating properly.
At present, I cannot afford energy and nerve force for digestion.
Mr. Holmes.
No, thank you, Mrs. Hudson. I don't want any.
I don't know. You'll fade away at this rate.
Not hungry, Mr. Holmes?
No food.
Holmes, I do wish you would try and eat a bite.
Lunch? Of course, my dear fellow, you must be starving.
And what time would you like your dinner, Mr. Holmes?
8:30, the day after tomorrow.
You really must get some rest.
I can't sleep. This infernal problem is consuming me. That is the question which beats in my brain like a hammer. No, anything is better than this stagnation. Really. My mind rebels at stagnation.
Why did you accept his invitation?
To escape my lethargy, I can strongly recommend a 7% solution of cocaine. Would you care to try it?
I hope you're not smoking the substance in that pipe, Holmes.
Only the extent necessary to merge with the surroundings. Watson, this place is a mess.
Oh.
This cup and saucer has been here for the last 3 days. Gibson, the Gold King. Your art in the blood is liable to take the strangest forms. For example, my brother, Mycroft. I suppose you wish to meet him.
Well, of course I do.
And this is my younger brother, Sherlock.
That's father's magnifying glass.
Yeah.
How ironic.
I always said you'd make the best cat burglar in London.
I intend to burgle. We are dealing with a particularly dangerous gang. Game?
Delighted. You go out?
Are you ready, Watson?
And waiting.
You don't mind breaking the law?
Not in a good cause.
Oh, the cause is excellent.
Well, then I am your man.
I really have some scruples taking you tonight. There's a distinct element of danger.
If I can be of assistance.
We've been in tight places before together.
Never as tight as this one.
I'm not leaving you, Holmes. Not unless you order me to go.
Believe me, I shall be very glad to have you back safe and sound in Baker Street once more.
Ah, Watson. It's a wicked world. Am I right in thinking that Professor Moriarty was somewhere behind the idea of the Red-Headed League?
I suggest you keep that name off your lips, Mr. Holmes. If you value your future well-being.
Danger is part of my trade.
This is not danger. It is inevitable destruction.
He is the Napoleon of crime, Watson. And I'm ready to close on him.
If he doesn't close upon you first.
If your man is more dangerous than the late Professor Moriarty, is indeed worth meeting.
Nobody crosses me and gets the better of it.
So many have said so, yet here I am. I should not sit here smoking with you if I thought you were a common criminal.
You let him go.
It's the case with the law. It's as dangerous to us as the criminals are. Once or twice in my career. I feel I've done more real harm by my discovery of the criminal than ever he had done by his crime.
What do you want?
Justice. Maybe I am committing a felony, but I may be saving a soul. And I'd rather play tricks with the law than with my own conscience. The law is what we live with, Inspector. Justice is sometimes harder to achieve.
Now, some of you rich men must be taught that all the world cannot be bribed into condoning your offensive.
Watson, I have made a blunder, which I am afraid is a more common occurrence than anyone would think who only knew me through your memoirs. I have been sluggish in mind, numbskulls. I've never suffered such a complete eclipse of my faculties. But so far I am disappointed in my investigation. I failed. This is a serious crime. You think that if this document is not recovered, there will be war? Then, sir, prepare for war. It's attempted murder, at least.
Practical joke.
It's nothing less than murder. It is quite a three-pipe problem. There's been some villainy here.
I think the lady is in danger of her life.
Yes, I'm sure of it, Watson. Or kidnapping could become murder. We should have been here sooner, Inspector. But if you wish to get on in your duties, you will work with me, and you are my tiger.
There's no reasoning to be done, Watson. Nothing to test my brain.
I am not retained by the police to supply their deficiencies. Could it be that for once Lestrade is on the right track? We shall see. You work your method. I shall work mine.
You don't want your name to appear?
Not at all.
His work is its own reward.
You know, sometimes I think that my whole life is spent in one long effort to escape from the commonplaces of existence.
No. You are a benefactor of the race, Holmes.
Well, maybe it is of some little use after all.
It's just as well you are unique.
Was that Sherlock Holmes? The Sherlock Holmes?